So it's been a hot minute since I've seen anybody on here. Um, and the reasons are really simple. 2020 has kind of thrown all of us a bunch of curveballs. And you all know that we were setting up the International House of Arts and Crafts to be kind of our home base for the rest of our lives. I don't know if that's going to happen. The long and short of it is the politics of this neighborhood don't really align with the politics of my family. They don't align with the politics of the family that's going to be around for 30 years. Some of my family, you know, it's fine, and I mean, I could survive here, but the truth of the matter is the neighbors are not going to always be here, and I want to live in a community with neighbors that I can call on for anything, for any reason. And frankly, I don't think that's going to happen here. It's not going to happen here. We have started looking at larger pieces of property where we can appropriately raise animals. I don't know who's using the air hose. We've started looking at larger pieces of property. We take on the International House of Arts and Crafts. We're going to have a $500,000 or $600,000 mortgage, and that doesn't leave a lot of money left over at the end of the month. We'll always have a roof over our head, but there are other things that go into eking out an existence, you know? So, we're moving forward, and we're changing our focus. Our focus is going to be on testing and honing our self-sufficiency. We're joining together with some other families. Right now there is one other family that is on board, and we have spoken with a third family, and they are going to be discussing coming on board. We're looking for a minimum of 100 acres, somewhere west of the Mississippi. Probably west of Arkansas, Texas, Colorado, Arizona. Most of New Mexico is too high in altitude for what we're looking, though honestly I wouldn't mind if there was money left over getting a smaller 100 or 200 acres for hunting, and leaving that property for seasonal hunting. There's a couple of pieces of property that we could pick up for $80,000 or $90,000. That would so be worth it. The activities we could pick up on those hills, on those pieces of property would make it worth it if we could find our main property for the right price. And I would not mind that sort of an arrangement. We've been planning for 5 years to purchase this property. And 2020 has just proven on multiple levels that this property is not going to cut it. There is nowhere here that I can put a root cellar that will stay cool enough. I can't raise the animals that we need to be self-sufficient for 7 or 8 people here. So we have started a new project, and it is called Crackin, and it literally translates from French into English into the Next Neighborhood. We're going to be sharing all of that information here because the International House of Arts and Crafts is more of a state of mind. And we're going to be running all of the arts, crafts, and aquaponics projects here on this channel. And the rock hounding will be on Ginny's Gems, should that continue. That project has been put way on the sideline, and I don't know if that project is going to continue, quite frankly. And then Crackin or Next Neighborhood will continue on its own space, and we will cross-post so that nobody misses anything for quite some time, as both projects are very intertwined. I'm hoping that as these other families come on, their content will start to be included, and we will all discuss with each of you what we're each bringing to the table, because each family brings something to the table. Having a self-sufficient community, like any community, you look for people with talents, and if everybody brought farming to the table, there wouldn't be security, there wouldn't be infrastructure, there wouldn't be, handyman building and maintenance skills, there wouldn't be mechanical skills, there wouldn't be plumbing or sewing or canning. None of those skills would be missing if we were all farmers. And each family that comes on has different skills, animal husbandry, and I'm quite excited about these next steps. So come along for the journey, and thank you for sticking with us. And I'm sorry it's been so long since there's been a video, but I know many of our viewers have had their own trials this year, and I hope you will forgive the craziness, but a journey is just that. It's one foot in front of the other, and we all just do the best we can. So with that, I want to say thank you for sticking with us, and we'll see you on the flip side. There's a couple of projects we've got going on here that are going to be videoed. We're going to be harvesting sweet potatoes, and then we were going to do a video on long-term storage of root crops, and discovered that the root cellar we had designed here will not stay cool enough should there be a hot spell, and we could effectively lose our whole root crop. So we're going to do a short video on what to do if you have a cool enough basement or root cellar, but until we can get the temperature figured out, we're going to do long-term storage of those root crops in canning and freezing, and I will do a video on that here shortly this week. So thank you. I would like to give a shout out to Glenda for her encouragement and love and support, and I miss you terribly. Give a shout out to Travis in Idaho, who has been a constant source of encouragement as well. So we will see you all on the flip side.